was just a short while ago when they were packed with eager students ready to register for school. Students were required to register their car, get their picture taken, and turn in medical forms, all before school had even begun.
First and foremost, with the new legislation stating that school could not begin until after Labor Day, it really became necessary for us to look at how we could maximize our instructional time. What the registration enabled us to do was to take care of a lot of the bookkeeping types of things that really interfere with instructional time at the beginning of the school year. You know, we allowed kids to register their vehicles to drive. We took care of collecting important information that a lot of times secretaries had to hunt kids down for weeks in order to get that information. You know, we took care of handing out schedules, lockers, locker combinations, a lot of these things that we had to do after school had started in the past, and that really cut down on the student contact time with teachers and really impacted on teachers' ability to, you know, run a lesson at the beginning of the school year.
The long lines and endless forms seemed to be an inevitability for most, but one student had a plan to beat the rush.
Well, I ended up spending the night at Amanda's house, and we got up at 5:20, met Tyler at Burger King before Burger King opened at 6, and then we were at the school by 6:30 and played FaceTime for like an hour before anyone else showed up.
But many students were not as lucky.
I know we encountered some problems, especially with the sophomores and the freshmen. We tried to do some things that we probably shouldn't have done. We didn't anticipate the number of students and parents coming at the same time, and the fact that a lot of these freshman parents and kids wouldn't want to go do the other things we had planned for them. They wanted to come in and do what they needed to do and be done.
Due to the chaos of this year's pre-registration, a letter of apology was sent out to all students. Many changes are also being made. One change that's going to be made is allowing students to come in after the designated registration date if they miss the first one. The number of stations will also be reduced, and the freshman and sophomore class will have their own day to come and register. And that's not all. They will then be split up in alphabetical order. Hopefully these changes will make registration run smoothly next year and the years following. Kristina Carmody, DTV News.
If you get one of these on your windshield, you know you're in the wrong spot. There's a new parking policy here at the high school where every student who registers their car has a specific place to park.
We encountered just numerous problems with student parking, and it was becoming almost impossible to regulate. We knew that we had a limited number of parking spaces, but it was hard to justify who got a parking space and who didn't. One of the things that Mrs. Shepard and I talked about last year was numbering the parking lot and actually assigning students a specific space.
If you get here and it's not you parked in your spot, then there's a procedure that needs to be followed.
Go ahead and park in the visitor lot area. They should put their car there, then go right to the main office, explain their problem. Hopefully they'll write down a license plate number of the car that's in their slot and the car description. The office will give them a temporary one-day pass to park in the visitor lot, and then they'll forward the information on to me.
But is this process really working?
I really think it's working great. I mean, one of the problems we anticipated at the beginning was that there would be a lot of people parked in the wrong spots. The very first day of school, we only had 4 students come in and report somebody else in their spot.
And you may want to know, what was the real reason behind this?
The real reason we did it was to try to alleviate some of the problems that we've had in the past. I mean, we're not going to send Mr. Miller out to look at empty spots and then figure out if those kids are here or not. I mean, that's not an issue. But it can be used to verify whether or not a student is here or if they've used their car to leave campus.
Lisa Harris, DTV News.